Hi, my name's Brook. I've been working for Scott Construction for the best part of 8 years, and we are primarily based in Nelson. We have approximately 75 builders, a range of apprentices right through to carpenters on site, and further to that we have 20 guys over in Blenheim, and we have approximately 12 guys down in Queenstown. My role in the company is a project manager, and I help oversee the commercial side of the company. We have several divisions: commercial, maintenance, civil and precast. I am currently at Oliver Estate Lifestyle Village. It's a project we started about 4 years ago, and we're approximately halfway through construction. We have another 4 to 5 years to go, and it is a retirement development in Nelson. So I've been in construction for nearly 15 years, and one thing that we do notice is obviously timelines and program pressure. The type of construction, it's changed. There's a lot of heavy lifting. Things are getting bigger, more complex, and we find with the telehandler it's a very versatile piece of kit to be able to not only shift materials around on site, but the various attachments that come with it. For example, the fly jib, being able to use that and lift 6x2 frames when normally it could take up to 6 guys to lift a frame, particularly if you have to lift it over conduits sticking out of the slab. We now, instead of using 6 guys, we can use 3 guys. So there's that side to it. We also have a man cage, and we're finding that we can strip scaffold earlier. It enables us to work on landscaping around the building, and if we still have to paint the exterior of the building, we can simply put a man cage on the front of it and reach up high, and painters can carry on painting. The other implements like hooks and things like that, it just helps us to be able to construct things using less guys on site, and it eliminates a lot of the heavy lifting. It means we can plan and work in tight and confined spaces by having compounds for materials where merchants and wholesalers deliver stuff, and we can then pick it up from there and take it into a congested site, particularly down here at Oliver Estate, where we have a number of dwellings down the street and there's no room to store materials. So we find it a very versatile tool. There's always going to be times when we need to use cranes and stuff to get reach and lift very heavy objects, but for the mid-range stuff where it's too heavy for guys to lift, but we can use a telehandler to lift it and transport it around site, it's ideal. So we've got that ability to be able to drive around the perimeter of a building as opposed to a crane or a high ab where it might be restricted to the street frontage and might not necessarily be able to do what we need to do on the other side of a site. So having a telehandler means we can operate in a confined area with lifting heavy objects and various other needs that we can use it for. The thing that sort of appealed to us about the Dieci brand was we had familiar experience with an older model we had on loan. It wasn't a very big machine, but the thing that sort of stood out for us was the fact that it would have possibly been 10 years old. Nothing much had changed as far as the function. It was still the same machine. It wasn't complex to use. However, the safety features and I guess the technology that was within the machine obviously was state of the art, but the way that it operated with the toggle switches and all that, it was the same machine. So it meant that guys who were familiar with the previous model were also able to easily adapt to this model and use it for it as they needed it. We looked at other brands and other models, and we found that they had changed quite a lot as far as the ergonomics of it and the way that the toggle switches and joysticks and all that worked. They were quite different, and we do have an older machine on site, and the modern equivalent of it is a lot different to the whole operation of it's a lot different, and we sort of figured, well, instead of trying to teach people how to use the machine and try to figure it out, it was better for us to capitalise on the knowledge of what people had on the previous Dieci model. We found Webline very easy to deal with. That was right from the moment they approached us, and we sort of talked about options around how we wanted to finance it and how that side of it works. They were very helpful in that area. Also just the whole process from communication from where our machine was. It had to come from Italy, so where that was on the voyage from there to New Zealand, we got regular updates. We found that when the machine was here and there was questions about you know, some of the safety features, that they were very knowledgeable on the product, and if there's questions or queries that they could not answer, they would then get another staff or team member on their end to follow it up and answer the questions. So we came back very satisfied with our product and very satisfied with the customer service that we had, as well as just the ongoing support and the phone calls and just checking up to see how the machine's functioning, and it's been a pleasure. I think we've come up close to 200 hours now, so we've had it for approximately a year. The role that it plays within our company is it's not operating 24/7, however it would be operating a couple of hours a day, so when we need it we find it a great asset to what we need to achieve.